Princess Diana died at 36. Officially, it was a car crash, but rumors say she was killed by the system she couldn't handle. Why did Diana feel doomed on her wedding day? Where did the letter predicting her own death come from? And why did the photos from the crash scene disappear? I'm Polina. Subscribe to my channel. Every week, one star, one mystery, one truth that's hard to believe. July 29, 1981. The wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer. 750 million television viewers worldwide. 600,000 people on the streets of London watched the fairy tale. But behind the royal glamour, many secrets were hidden. The first secret awaited Diana on the eve of the wedding. In Charles's study, she found a bracelet engraved for Camilla Parker Bowles. Charles's heart had already belonged to Camilla for a long time. But the royal family saw a different woman next to the future king. Diana was the perfect candidate. She asked her fiancé about the bracelet, but he brushed it off. The princess smiled, waving to millions. But later, she admitted, "On my wedding day, I felt like a lamb being led to the slaughter." It became clear, Camilla wasn't going anywhere. This story was only beginning, but it was already doomed. Princess Diana's husband, Charles, didn't hide his affair with Camilla from her. Overwhelmed by loneliness, Diana developed bulimia. Buckingham Palace turned out to be not a home, but a cage. And the royal family accused Diana of selfishness, immaturity, and being overly dramatic. The birth of her sons was her only joy. For their sake, Diana tried to keep the family together. But over time, she realized she could no longer follow the palace rules, and increasingly sought support among ordinary people. She shook hands with AIDS patients and walked through minefields in Angola. Visiting children's hospitals, she would squat down in front of the children's beds. She became the people's princess. Diana broke royal protocol and received more attention than the queen herself. Her popularity grew every year, while her relationships inside the palace got worse and worse. She became the most popular woman on the planet. Princess Diana, in 1995, took a step that changed everything.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Charles, Diana, and Camilla. It shook England. Buckingham Palace was furious, and the Queen personally demanded a divorce. Diana lost her title, but stayed true to herself and kept the love of millions. In December 1996, after the divorce, Diana wrote to a friend, Susie Kassem, "I hope 1997 will be easier for all of us." But that year would be her last. After the divorce, Diana found true love and seriously wanted to remarry. She studied the Quran, thought about converting, and she called him Mr. Wonderful. He was Pakistani heart surgeon Hasnat Khan. He wasn't ready for such media attention and was afraid it would ruin his reputation as a doctor. Their relationship hit a dead end. After the painful breakup, Diana sought refuge from the press. She found it with a man she had known for many years. Businessman and billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed. They regularly saw each other at charity balls and social events. In the summer of 1997, Mohammed invited Diana and her children to his villa in Saint-Tropez. There, Diana met his son, Dodi. Mohammed summoned him from the US, forcing him to leave his fiancée. He brought them together like a puppeteer, hoping to become related to the royal family by marriage. For a man the British establishment had refused to accept into their circle for years, this was a chance to prove his worth. Cruising the Mediterranean, a romance flared up between Dodi and Diana. She admitted to a friend that she wanted to make her former lover jealous. And Dodi, despite his father's ulterior motives, was genuine with her, adored her, and planned to propose. Later, Diana's butler, Paul Burrell, told how Diana confided in him. "A marriage is about as necessary to me now as a rash on my face." Perhaps Dodi was just a prop in her performance, a performance that cost her her life. Paris, August 31st, 1997. Dodi and Diana leave the Ritz Hotel. A black Mercedes speeds away at a crazy pace. The driver, trying to escape the paparazzi, crashes into a pillar in the Pont de l'Almatano. Dodi and the driver died instantly. Diana was taken to a hospital. At 4 a.m., she died. The royal family reacted to the princess's death with extreme reserve, sparking a wave of public anger. Her funeral on September 6, 1997, became the most mourned funeral in history. The broadcast was watched by 2.5 billion people worldwide, and millions took to the streets of London. They all asked one question: why? A few years before the tragedy, Diana wrote a letter to her butler, Paul Burrell. "My husband is planning an accident with my car to clear the way for him to marry." During the official investigation, Charles appeared in the case as a witness, not as a suspect. The investigation concluded that Diana wrote the note in a state of depression and paranoia. One of Britain's most respected lawyers, Michael Mansfield, promoted the theory of a controlled scare. Diana was campaigning for a ban on landmines, which went against the interests of the Ministry of Defense and major arms dealers. In his opinion, they wanted to scare her, but the operation got out of control. Traces of white paint were found on the damaged bumper of the Mercedes. The paint belonged to a Fiat Uno. According to the investigation, it collided with Diana's car in the tunnel and then fled the scene. The owner of that car was possibly the paparazzo James Anderson. Mohammed Al-Fayed insisted that this paparazzo was behind the wheel, hired by the secret services on the orders of the royal family. Diana's relationship with Dodi Al-Fayed threatened the monarchy's reputation. However, the investigation cleared Anderson. He had an alibi, and his Fiat Uno was not in working order. Later, he was found dead in a burned-out car. But before his death, he boasted to friends that he had sensational photos of the crash scene. And at his photo agency, there was an armed robbery. 3 masked men stole hard drives and archives. Coincidence? Too many versions for one night, but the official version is the only one. The Mercedes driver was drunk and speeding, and he lost control of the car. The case is closed, but shadows of doubt have not faded to this day. Diana was called the Queen of People's Hearts. She didn't want to be queen. She dreamed of love and a family, but she got palace intrigues, infidelities, endless media attention, and a tragic end. I'm Polina. Subscribe to my channel. Every week, one star, one mystery, one truth that's hard to believe.